Hello, good morning to you all. We are back again, Double Jula Patente, with you, as promised yesterday after the first lesson, that we will periodically bring you topics after topics without leaving anything behind undone. And we are very much enthusiastic today that after the first lesson, we received so many compliments, and then from so many people that have been trying or have been aiming to do to acquire a license, but for the language factor, they couldn't. And I have a particular request that when I'm reading the Italian part, the Italian terms, I should read more slower to be for some of the viewers concerned that they could get the pronunciation well and to be, let's say, to get it clear before proceeding. And that is a very good observation. I appreciate it. And today we will go with what in the Italian called carreggiata, that is the roadway for vehicles. And then from there, we will look at some possible questions. That these are the questions normally that will appear. They will not appear all. They will just select 2 or 1 from each topic that you could find on your exam sheets. So without wasting much of your time, we would like to continue with this lesson. And some have already requested that I should make more videos, but what I want you all to understand that in learning you go step by step without rushing, because if you rush you possibly leave crucial things behind undone. This is not only in learning, in life, I think. Okay, but we will try as much as we can to bring you more lessons that you will benefit from. Thank you. And from here we continue on this important, let's say, journey with you. La carreggiata è la parte della strada destinata al transito dei veicoli. Okay? Roadways are that part of the road that is usually destined only for vehicle transit. Può essere a senso unico o a doppio senso di circolazione. It could be a one-way or double way of circulation, of movement. Okay? Può essere suddivisa in più corsie. It could be divided into different lanes. That means more lanes, driving lanes. Fanno parte della carreggiata. These are part of the roadway. Tutte le corsie, tranne la corsia di emergenza. Okay, all the lanes you could find on the roadway are part of the roadway except one lane. That is the lane of emergency. This is normally used for ambulances, fire service vehicles, firefighters, or even diplomats when they are in the rush and there is diplomats doesn't usually use it. Let's say only in the case of emergencies. Okay? Gli attraversamenti. Tutte le corsie, tranne la corsia di emergenza. Yes, we've gone through that. Gli attraversamenti pedonali, gli attraversamenti ciclabili. When you say attraversamenti pedonali, this is where be careful, because when you talk about pedonali, there are different terms used. Attraversamenti pedonali, viali pedonali, we will get to it, and marciapiedi. They are all used by pedestrians. But when you say attraversamenti pedonali, these are crossings. Like you are going from one part of the road, crossing to the other side of the road. Those broken lines that you could find bigger than the normal lanes are called attraversamenti pedonali. They are meant for crossing. They are part of the roadway, motorways, okay, roadways. They are part of the roadway. Even attraversamenti ciclabili, where cycles used to cross the road. Non fanno parte della carreggiata, ma possono affiancarla. These are not part of the roadway, but they could side it. They could be side by side to it. What are those? Marciapiedi, as we mentioned before. These are walkways, banchine and viali pedonali, where you will stop normally to wait for vehicles, or let's say, when we say viali pedonali, these are roads that are usually used normally only for pedestrians. When you find a vehicle there, it could only be a police vehicle, fire service vehicle. Let's say these service vehicles. Okay, those are viali pedonali. Normally, even a bicycle, you don't ride it there. When you get to that point with your bicycle, you have to walk on your foot and then get the bike in your hand and push it. Okay, piste ciclabile. Those are lanes that are meant only for bicycles. Piazzole di soste. These are stops that you could find on motorways normally. Okay. They are enlargements made only for cars to stop. For example, in case of emergency, when you are on the driveways, you feel like migraines, headache, or you want to ease yourself, you could stop there. They are not part of the roadway, but they side them. Okay, as promised yesterday, after these notes, we will go through together this short video, just simply to affirm the message that we have transmitted to you, to make it firm, to make it concrete. Maybe from the video you could understand better what have been said till now. Let's go through it and then see the question part. Thank you. Okay, in case one might be asking himself, what is sorpasso? Because we haven't, I can't remember, we haven't said it here. Sorpasso means overtaken. Okay, when there is a one-way driveway, let's say, it is possible that you will find two lanes. Okay, the two lanes could be divided by a broken lane or a continuous lane. In case of a broken lane, okay, listen careful. In case of a broken lane, the right sided lane, it is usually there for a normal traveling. Okay, it is a traveling lane. This is the lane that should be used by everyone. So the one on the left hand, it is meant only for overtaking. Let's take this as an example. You are driving on a roadway in which there are two lanes. Okay, you drive on the travel way, unless you get to a vehicle in front of you that is traveling on the same lane. The lane on the left is that is when you should use that. Okay, you overtake this car, any car, trucks, whatever. After the overtaking is completed, you should go back to the right side. In case there is another car moving faster than you, should have that chance. You will not block. You will not, let's say, relent that's the speed of the car coming from behind you. So the left lane is only meant for overtaking. Okay, this is why you see sorpasso and marcia. Marcia means traveling lane and sorpasso means overtaking lane. Okay, let's see the possible questions that you will normally find during your exams. La carreggiata può essere a senso unico di circolazione. True, that is vero in Italian. Okay, that means a roadway could be a one-way. Yes, that is true. La carreggiata può essere a doppio senso di circolazione. It could be two ways. That means the cars moving opposite to your direction. That is two-way movement. Two ways. Let's say. La carreggiata può essere suddivisa in corsie. It could be divided into different lanes, more lanes. That is also true, è vero. La carreggiata non comprende le piste ciclabili. Okay. Cycle lanes are not part of roadways. That is where vehicles are usually travel. That is true. They are sided to it. La carreggiata non comprende I marciapiedi. Walkways are not part of roadways meant for vehicles. That is also true. Vero. La carreggiata è la parte della strada destinata normalmente alla circolazione dei veicoli. Roadway is that part of the road that is usually destined for vehicles in circulation. Vero. That is true. Fanno parte della carreggiata le corsie di marcia. Travelways are part of roadways. That is also true, because we said that you could find two lanes. The lane on the right side is usually used only for traveling, and the lane on the left side is meant for overtaking. Fanno parte della carreggiata gli attraversamenti ciclabili. When we say attraversamenti ciclabili, we mean crossing lanes. Okay? You will find piste ciclabili, lanes that are meant to travel sided by the roadways, only meant for bicycles. Those are piste ciclabili. But when we say attraversamenti, be careful, there are two different words. Attraversamenti means crossing. Any point that is meant for cycles to cross from one piste ciclabile, one lane meant for bicycles, to another side of the road, it means crossing lanes. Those are part of the road. Ok? Fanno parte della carreggiata gli attraversamenti pedonali, where pedestrians usually cross, are part of the roadway that is meant for vehicles. They are part of it. Be attentifiato when we said attraversamenti pedonali is different from marciapiedi e viali pedonali. When you talk about viali pedonali, those are roads that are meant solely for pedestrians. Marciapiedi too. Cars either moving or stopping are not allowed on marciapiedi. Those are walkways. So attraversamenti pedonali is the point where pedestrians cross roadways meant for vehicle from one side to another. So this should be clear. One should be very much attentive when you are reading. Fanno parte della carreggiata le corsie di sorpasso. That is true. Overtaking lanes are part of roadway. It's true. So let's look at questions that are false. La carreggiata è destinata soltanto alla circolazione di carri a trazione animale. Be careful. Yesterday I said this. Whenever you see solely, only, in any questions, read it attentively, but it's usually wrong. Okay, it is not always wrong, but it's usually wrong. Okay, in this case, he said roadway is usually only destined for the movement of carts. When we say carts, these are instruments that are usually drawn by animals. That is the question. Carts drawn by animals. You don't use roadway for carts that are carts drawn by animals. That is false. Only for that. They could use it, but it is not only for them. What makes this question wrong? It is soltanto. Only for carts drawn by animals. They could use it, but not only for them. La carreggiata è destinata alla sosta di emergenza. No, you don't stop on the roadway. So it's false. He said the roadway is destined for stops and other stops. No, you don't stop neither to block or lower the speed in such a way that you could just cause, let's say, traffic blockage, congestion behind you. You don't do that on the roadway. Neither to stop there. La carreggiata è destinata alla sosta degli autocarri. That means roadway is destined for trucks to stop. No, trucks don't stop on the roadway. You don't stop. No, neither cars nor trucks should stop on the roadway because you will cause a traffic congestion. La carreggiata è la traccia lasciata dalle ruote dei veicoli sulle strade innevate. This is completely wrong because it says roadways is usually the trace that is usually left by vehicles in movement in case of snow. So that is wrong. La carreggiata comprende le piazzole di soste. Stop points are not part of roadway. They cited the roadways, but they are not part of the roadway, so it's false. Fanno parte della carreggiata le corsie di emergenze delle autostrade. He said emergency lanes are part of the roadways that you find on motorways. That is wrong because we said corsie di emergenze. Emergency lanes are not meant for vehicles to travel in them because they are only meant for emergency purposes. Police cars, ambulances, fire service cars, firefighters, and when there is a necessity for diplomats to travel on them, but it's not normally used by them. There must be an emergency. Ok. Fanno parte della carreggiata le banchine, like where you see stoppings where we normally wait for buses and stuff, are not part of roadways rather. Fanno parte della carreggiata I marciapiedi. Walkways are not part of roadways, so that is also false. Thank you for now, and we will leave you with this lesson and see you later. Thank you and have a nice day.